All right, guys. So in this particular demo, what we are going to see is like what is the experience which you guys are going to get while building this particular application, right? So, this is pretty huge course, and in this, you will be going to get started with microservices right from the scratch, wherein you will be building this particular application which you are seeing live here with me. Like so, this is that spa flavor built on top of Angular, and this is your home page basically. And of course, when you switch to that store, right, so this is an e-commerce store wherein you will expect the basic cross-cutting concerns from the e-commerce domain itself, wherein if you click on this store itself, right, so this is going to bring us all the products which is listed as part of this e-commerce store itself. And this is going to take some time if it's getting warming up for the first time, right? So this is what it is going to show you, that the complete home page and that store page as well, where you can see that all that sorting, filtering, like searching and every other option is there, right? You can page through that. In case if you like to page through different products, you can obviously go through that from top to bottom. So there is obviously you can do that ways as well, right? So I guess like if you go to that, like whether first page or second page, this is going to be the same thing. And obviously you can utilize that ways like how you like to go through that, right? And then you can obviously filter by brand, or let's say you like to further filter by shoes or whatsoever, right? So you can obviously do that. So these are the usual bits which you can expect in any of these that e-commerce domain project. So this will be, you will be building from scratch first of all, and there will be obviously different microservices. So let me show you that. So you see that the Swagger URI, so this is mean for the catalog API, and then we have this which is that for basket here, which you can see here. And this is, then we have this for that discount which is done on that GRPC. That is why this is HTTP2 only endpoint, right? And then we have this that ordering API which is done also, right? So to list all the orders here. And eventually if you see all these containers, because in microservices fact, we are everything into that containerized world, right? We are putting each and every asset into that containerized world, so that this can be independently deployed and independently scaled, right? And obviously for a scaling purpose, we'll be having that Kubernetes cluster, right? So wherein you will be putting all the cluster and every other piece on top of that, right? And this is where your kube cluster comes into the picture, which you will also will be doing with the Helm Charts itself. So there is a dedicated, by the way, there is a dedicated segment for infrastructure bits, so don't worry about that. And as you can see here right now, from one of the infrastructure bits here, right, there are about 14 containers which is running live and into a healthy state, which you can see here as well, right? And this is the end result of this, like where in the client side you can see that this is the Angular app, right? And this is what is currently is happening, right? So if you like to add any of these products, let's say I'm going to add any of these, you can add from here also. Like you can quickly go to the view part of this and see this, like whether this is what is there, right? You can increment that and quantity and add that as well, right? So or you can increment from that the basket page as well, right? So if you go here, right, so eventually you can increment here, right? And accordingly the price over here, the line price, and that the total price is also getting updated. So once you click on checkout here, right, so what will happen eventually, right? So this will take you to that page, to the sign up page itself, right? So as you can see here, this is the signing experience with that Azure AD, right? So Azure AD is Azure AD B2 Azure AD B2C rather. So you can see that like into this particular module, when we'll be discussing about the security, how to set up that Azure AD B2C right from the scratch, how to set up the tenants, how to set up the user flow, how to set up the authentication flow, everything related to identity experience you will get here, right? And once you sign in here, right, so then it will redirect back to that your checkout page, right? So which you can see here, right? So the route is getting set up, and which is page is getting redirected here. Don't worry about this, because this is the weak password I might have used, right? So that's why it's flagging up. So eventually, now if you just click on order now, right? So this will mark the complete flow of your application. That means your order is completed, right? Your microservices project is all about this flow itself. So I hope you have liked this particular demonstration, which is that which you are going to build right through using .NET Core 8 and Angular 18 with all the latest and greatest tooling at your disposal. See you on the other side.